We've seen this play before by Donald Trump, Bill, right? He says something that is incredibly outrageous, demonstrably untrue, but is a vessel to bring up a larger point that he is trying to make. So now, 4 days on, was Trump putting Springfield, Ohio on the map, even though it was by saying something that wasn't necessarily true, a good move, a good play?
Yeah. I mean, certainly Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio, Laken Riley in Georgia, all of those things are legitimate because the Biden-Harris administration opened the border inexplicably. She can't explain why that happened. She supported it. She actually said the border was secure for 2.5 years. This is Kamala Harris. And now suddenly it's not secure. What happened? And you're never going to get any answers. I mean, if you asked Kamala Harris, why did President Biden open the border the first day he was there by executive order and allow every asylum seeker to be entered into the United States? You know what her answer would be, Leland? Do you know what Kamala's answer would be?
Probably she would blame Donald Trump and say what he was doing was inhumane.
No, I don't think so. I think she would say, you know, I'm born in a middle-class home, and my mother worked very hard. I mean,
you're going back to the local news interview. Like, okay.
Yeah, you can ask her anything. You can ask her anything at all, and she's going to, you know, I picked out a really nice outfit before the interview, and, you know, a lot of middle-class people can't afford it, but I'm going to make it so they can. No matter what you ask her, you're never going to get an answer, ever. And that's what Donald Trump should have zeroed in on himself. See, I relish 3 against 1. I'd relish going up against the Vice President, David Muir, and Lindsey Davis. I pray that someday that could happen, Leland. Line them right up, okay? I'll take them
Line them up and knock them down? All right.
I'm not going to knock them down. I'll answer their questions. And then I'll tell the audience real time why they're asking those questions. See, now, with Trump, the mistake he made, he took my advice today by holding a press conference, but he didn't take my advice about being the narrator of the debate. Trump should have narrated that debate and should have looked in the camera and go, here's why David's asking that question. Here's why that question was asked to the vice president, that big softball question about, oh, Donald Trump said he's going to put people in jail. Do I get a softball, David? Give me, is it going to be fair if you're going to give her a softball, do I get one? That just wrecks it. But instead, Trump gets so tied up in his own emotion, his own emotional field. He gets so distracted by the crowd size and this and that.
Yeah, but there's something else going on here, right? Yeah, but there's something else going on inside. He did it again today. I don't know if you're familiar with this or followed it. Laura Loomer, who is a right-wing conspiracy nut. I don't even call her right-wing, I guess. She's a nut. She says that 9/11 was an inside job, among other things. Donald Trump didn't just lose it at the debate. He made the conscious choice to bring her, okay, not only to the debate, where you know that everybody's going to watch who gets off his plane, but then also bring her to the 9/11 memorial services on 9/11. He was asked about it today. Here you go.
But Laura is a supporter. I don't control Laura. Laura has to say what she wants. She's a free spirit. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, I can't tell Laura what to do. Laura's a supporter. I have a lot of supporters. But I don't know what exactly you're referring to.
The White House would smell like curry.
That's okay.
Okay. Bill, that's not just getting caught up in answering David Muir's questions and being angry about crowd size. That's actively making choices to embrace something that is horribly detrimental to his campaign.
I don't know, maybe Laura Loomer needed a ride. I mean, I have no idea why Donald Trump does what he does. I don't know. Yeah. I'll tell you this, Leland.
You agree with me that it's detrimental,
as a voter.
Really?
I think it's a bad look, absolutely a bad look, but it doesn't matter to me as a voter, and I think a lot of voters feel the same way. I don't care about Laura Loomer. I don't care if she's walking down a plane stairway. I don't care about her at all. If Trump wants to play pinochle with her, it doesn't matter to me.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.